Hello everyone, it's Moon. Today we're going to be setting up my budget for the month of December. We'll be walking through my fixed expenses, setting up variable expenses, and setting goals for sinking funds and debt payments for this month. Our goal here being to budget every dollar, leaving every penny accounted for. This is otherwise known as a zero-based budget. If that sounds good to you, I hope you'll consider subscribing. It would really mean a lot to me. While we always budget at the beginning of the month, doing it this month is especially important because we're both going to be out of town. If this is your first time here, welcome. Me and my husband are both waiters, and this is the budget for our combined income. So since we'll be out of town for a Christmas trip, we're obviously going to bring in less money. As waiters, our income varies, but we are typically able to budget for the lowest amount of money we know that we'll make. The spread I am setting up here is heavily inspired by AMELIA Budgets. My personal monthly budget is typically far less organized, and I wanted to clean it up, so I did some research, and when I watched her video, I really fell in love with the simplicity and effectiveness of her spread and immediately knew I wanted to replicate it within my own bullet journal. So all the credit here goes to her, and I will leave her lovely channel linked in the description box of this video. For this budget, I added my income for the last 3 months and found the average I was bringing in per month. Then I divided that into 4 to see how much we're earning per week on average. Since we'll be out of town for a full week, I subtracted a week's payment from that average income number, and that's how I estimated my income for the month of December. So let's start filling this out. Our estimated income for the month is $5,000, and I don't expect to bring in any income from other sources. We'll begin with our fixed expenses, which are bills, what I like to add for a checking account buffer each month, I call that blind spots, and my electronic long-term sinking funds. I'm going to begin listing them out. For car note, that every month is $472. Some of these have cent amounts. I'm just rounding up to the nearest dollar. For example, the car note is $471.75. I'm just going to round that up so it's a nice even number. Next is rent. That is $1,595. Car insurance is $240. It was lower, but I got into a fender bender. Utilities, that technically is a variable expense, but I am going to estimate $100 for the month. Apple is $3 for extra storage. Internet, $50. My phone is $123. Spotify, $16. We're going to jump around here and go down to blind spots. My buffer, I like to add $200 a month for a buffer. That brings us to our long-term electronic sinking funds. Alaska, which is a big trip I've been saving for quite some time. This month we're going to be putting $150. I actually lied about Alaska. We are not putting anything to Alaska for the month of December. We're pretty funded for that trip. Christmas, however, is going to be getting $200. Little T will be getting $5, and I actually forgot to add an expense. That is Hulu, which will be getting $7. The last that you see before you is debt. I typically aim to put as much toward debt as possible in the form of a debt snowball. However, this month I do have a specific number amount in mind because my income will be limited. That amount is $298. That number is all that remains on the last of our student loans, leaving only a car loan as our remaining debt. So since our income is smaller, I am adjusting, and my goal for this month is to pay off only the remaining amount listed here, and then pick back up the debt snowball method next month when my income is back to normal. Also, because I'm moving cross-country in February, doing this will hopefully allow me to squirrel away some more money for the move. So let's add up the cost of our fixed expenses and our debt category, and we will budget the remaining total throughout our variable expenses and sinking funds. That total is $3,309. Let's subtract that from our entire budget for the month. That leaves us $1,691 to budget for the remainder of our categories. Next is variable expenses, which includes my cash envelope categories. I typically budget $150 a month for car, although I believe that I will need less because we'll be out of town, in which case I'm going to budget $100. The same goes for grocery and eating out. I typically combine those two numbers and set myself a budget of roughly $550 for the entire month. Since we'll be out of town, I'm going to drastically reduce that number. The two of these categories will get a combined total of $350. I will separate that out a little bit later. And then finally, home will be getting $150, and I typically give home $400, so this is quite the cut. Let's add up the total of our variable expenses. 100 plus 350 plus 150 is $600. After our fixed expenses, we had $1,691, so if we subtract $600, that should leave us with $1,091 if my math serves me. It usually doesn't. So 5,000 minus 3,309 minus 600. I was right. $1,091 left for sinking funds. Obviously, Florida, if you are a returning viewer, is top priority. So the other categories are going to be getting far less for this month. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you pets, wardrobe, health, and career are not going to be getting stuffed this month. I have plenty of money in these categories should I need to use them. The category of fun is going to be getting $100. And this is for a specific event in the month of December. We'll be attending a local botanical gardens holiday lights event, and I don't want to miss it. Taxes will be getting $50. I do think that it's important to prioritize taxes as well, since I do typically owe taxes every year. And the remainder of that money is going to go to Florida. So we had $1,091 left to stuff into our sinking funds. When we subtract the $100 from fun, as well as the $50 from taxes, we're left with $941. that will all be going to Florida. So the $941 to Florida, plus the $50 for taxes, plus the $100 for fun, is $1,091. Now I'm going to add up our sinking funds, variable expenses, and fixed expenses to make sure that the amount is $5,000. $1,091 plus $600 plus $3,309. The grand total is $5,000. So that gives us a nice zero-based budget for the month. Of course, all of this is subject to change if my income is greater or lower. This is just a guideline I am making to the best of my ability so that I can be both responsible and creative with my income to achieve what I would like to for this month. I hope that this video was clear and perhaps even helpful to you in some way when it comes to making your own budget. If I can clarify anything for you, please drop me a line in the comment section of this video or simply say hello and tell me what you thought. I really love engaging with everyone in the comment section. You're all such lovely and supportive people. Truly, it's really cool. And that's it for me today. I hope you all had a really wonderful Thanksgiving, and I hope to see you here next Wednesday. Until then, see you later, guys.